What up, world? Guess who's back from a very, very long hiatus? Listen, I know, it's been a long time since I've uploaded a video, like almost a year, I think. In fact, last time you saw me, I'm pretty sure that was like 35 pounds ago. So I know it's been a while and I owe you an apology. I'm so sorry that I've been so out of the loop for so long, but I'm back, and I promise this time I'm back for good. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I've been up to, why I've been gone for so long. Know that it isn't just because I wanted to ditch the YouTube world and run away forever. As some of you might know, if you've watched my channel before, specifically the segment Shit I Learned in Prison, I use acting and improv techniques to teach cognitive behavioral therapy. And I did that for 5 years in the prison system of Los Angeles. Now, after COVID, we really weren't allowed in the prisons anymore. And so I uprooted, went back to my hometown like many people did, and I started doing YouTube. However, when things started opening back up again, mental health had been in the forefront of everybody's mind because of the COVID-19 pandemic. All of a sudden, I started getting calls from businesses that were interested in me coming in and showing some of the techniques that I used to teach in prison to the general population. And the first group that reached out to me were emergency room nurses. Now, immediately this was, of course, an honor for me because I view nurses during the COVID-19 pandemic the same way I do soldiers during World War II. I mean, they were on the front lines of this whole thing, and they were dealing with so much burnout. They were stressed out from obviously having to deal with COVID on the front lines and the sickness, but also the backlash from the community with a lot of the implementations they had to put in. And they saw some of the videos that I did in prison and asked me to come and have some fun with them. You know, the interesting thing was I was kind of going technical because I know nurses are trained in cognitive behavioral therapy. So I said, what aspects do you want me to focus on? Do you want to focus on stress relief? Do you want to focus on resilience, de-escalation? What do you want to focus on? And they said the coolest thing ever. They said, we just want to laugh. It's been so long since we've laughed. And so I got the opportunity to go in. Here's some fun pics of us goofing around. We made capes for all of them and said they were real life superheroes.
There we go, bring it in now. Remember, that energy you had when you were a little kid, it exists inside of you. You are all superheroes. It's about gearing that up, getting ready to go to fight the battle. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna, on three, we're gonna go Thundercats, 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 ho! And then we are gonna have some lunch. All right, and Thundercats, 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 ho! Thank you guys so much.
And we just had a blast. We had a really good time. But that actually escalated into me training an entire state of emergency room nurses on improv because they realized how much improvisation could help them think quickly in the moment, make snap decisions, handle their stress, control their emotions. And it was incredible. From there, it actually took off like crazy. I started teaching everywhere. And I mean everywhere. From roofing companies to realtors to the Air Force. Yes, the United States Air Force called me in and asked if I could do some stress relief and stress management with them. Here's some pictures of that. Here's some videos.
How many times we go around? So when we listen to each other, it gets us out of our brain and starts connecting us to one another. Does that make sense? Cool, we're doing so good. We're gonna switch it again.
I was involved in national security teams, okay? You should all be very, very worried. I've also had the pleasure of teaching at youth alternative programs, working with teachers, working at counselors, working with rehabilitation centers, homeless communities. It's been really, really cool. But now I've got things sort of flowing enough that I have some more time. And what I really want to do is take the stuff I was working with the nurses and the Air Force and the alternative programs and bring it to you, because I missed you. I really, really did. And I miss doing this. So I'm back, but things are changing a little bit, okay? What that means is, number one, I'm still doing comedy. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm still touring. I love comedy. And one of the best ways to relieve stress is to make people laugh. So if you used to come to my channel for that, for the comedy skits, no, they're still going to be there, mainly in the form of shorts. I'm taking all of the comedy I'm doing on the road, chopping them up into little segments. So make sure to watch out for the comedy shorts. I'm also doing a whole bunch of comedy skits, because when you're talking about your feelings all day, it can be really heavy. And sometimes I just want to do something very, very silly. So keep an eye out for those as well. That's going to really make up a lot of the shorts on the channel. But as far as the long form content goes, I really want to start breaking down the tenets of stress relief. And what I mean by that is I want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about resilience. I want to talk about building confidence. I want to talk about how your brain works and how you can start decreasing the bad emotions, the stress, the depression, the anxiety, and start upping the positive emotions. I'm talking about confidence. I'm talking about happiness. I'm talking about resilience. And the thing is, I want to show you that you have more control over that than you realize. When I break down cognitive behavioral therapy for people, it's pretty much understanding how to control your emotions before your emotions control you. So we're going to be breaking that down, but I want to break it down in a fun way. I want to break it down in the way that I love, which is using acting and improv and entertainment and movies and TV shows and all of that stuff. So there's a lot of really fun content to come. You can expect multiple videos a week on top of the shorts. I just wanted to start off by saying, hey, what's up? I'm back. Things are changing, but they're changing in a really, really good way. If you still love some of the old videos, I'm going to be keeping them up. So if you want to see some funny content, or maybe you haven't seen them yet, go through some of the playlists, check out some of the funny stuff from the past. Keep an eye out for all of those shorts. But I'm really excited for the next chapter. And most importantly, I want to hear from you. What are topics that you would like to talk about? I had somebody reach out and say they were interested in me doing a video on self-hatred or positive self-talk, or what even is cognitive behavioral therapy and what does acting have anything to do with it. So I'm excited for all of that and to get things going. And most of all, I'm just excited to say what's up to everybody again. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being patient. And for those of you who stuck around, thanks for coming back. There's going to be much, much more. And I can't wait to have fun with you. So let's do it. Until the next video, I'll see you soon. I'm Dominic, Syracuse, and some things haven't changed. This machine still kills fascists.